Listen closely to the sound of a metropolis being swallowed by the earth. It isn't the roar of a tsunami or a passing storm. It's the silent, agonizing crack of asphalt yielding and the foundations of ancient buildings splintering under the weight of the inevitable. Jakarta, the crown jewel of Indonesia, isn't just facing rising sea levels. It is plunging into the abyss at a staggering rate of 25 centimeters per year. As you watch this video, the ground beneath entire neighborhoods is dropping a few more millimeters, condemning the future of 10 million people to an underwater fate that feels impossible to escape. To understand the collapse, we have to look down into Jakarta's very veins. The city was built on fragile, swampy soil, carved by 13 rivers that now look more like open scars. But the true villain is invisible, the relentless extraction of groundwater. Since the public system can't reach everyone, millions of private wells suck the Earth's deep reserves dry. Think of the ground as a giant sponge that, once dried out, withers and loses the strength to hold what's above it. The result is a chain reaction where the Earth simply collapses in on itself, creating invisible craters that lower the entire city's level day after day. Beyond the void left by the water, there is the crushing weight of progress. The obsession with glass and concrete skyscrapers on already unstable ground acts like a massive hammer driving the capital deeper. Every new luxury tower built in North Jakarta is, ironically, another nail in the coffin of a city already struggling to breathe. It's a direct conflict between human ambition and geology. We are building upward, but physics is pulling us down with a force that no modern engineering has yet been able to neutralize. Adding to this apocalyptic scenario, the Indian Ocean isn't being a sympathetic neighbor. As polar ice caps melt, sea levels rise while the city sinks. It's the meeting of two opposing forces, tightening like a hydraulic press. In Jakarta, global warming isn't a future prediction or a chart at a climate conference. It's a tide that invades living rooms, rots foundations, and turns busy streets into canals of salty, polluted water before the next rain even arrives. The reality for those living in North Jakarta is a constant struggle against an ocean that is now technically above their heads. Massive sea walls, covered in moss and cracks, are the only line of defense between thousands of families and total extinction. In neighborhoods like Muara Baru, people walk through alleys where the sea is literally on the other side of a concrete wall, 2 or 3 meters higher than their kitchen floor. Living there means accepting that at any second, a structural failure could turn your home into a deadly aquarium. This constant tension has shaped a new, somber form of urban survival. Houses that once had 2 stories now have only 1, as the ground floor has been permanently flooded and abandoned to rats and silt. Residents prop their furniture up on cinder blocks, rebuild sidewalks every 6 months, and learn to live with the metallic stench of stagnant water that never dries. There is no more denial here, only a weary resignation. They know the sea is a relentless debt collector that has come to reclaim the land that once belonged to it. And with every high tide, the wall seems a little lower and hope a little more distant. The Indonesian government has reached a verdict. Jakarta has no long-term salvation. In an unprecedented move in modern history, they've decided to simply move house. Nusantara is the name of the new capital being carved out of the heart of the Borneo jungle, over 1,000 kilometers away. It is a pharaonic $32 billion project, a futuristic, green city promising to be a refuge for the elite and administrative power. While Jakarta sinks into chaos and water, Nusantara is born from deforestation, promising a fresh start that many wonder will be enough, or just a desperate flight. But moving the capital raises a devastating ethical question. What happens to the millions of workers, traders, and impoverished families who don't have a ticket to this new jungle utopia? The relocation plan focuses on government buildings and elite infrastructure, leaving behind a wounded city that will continue to be home to nearly 10 million souls. Nusantara might save the government, but it doesn't save the history, the culture, or the memories of those who spent generations building their lives on Jakarta's riverbanks. It's a selective evacuation masked as urban planning. Building in Borneo also brings its own environmental nightmares, threatening one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth to try and fix the mistake made in Jakarta. It's a cycle of destruction. We abandon a city we killed through overexploitation to clear virgin forests and restart the process. Scientists and environmentalists look at Nusantara with skepticism, asking if we are truly learning to live with nature, or if we are just running from the consequences of our actions until the next ground begins to give way as well. Jakarta is the canary in the coal mine for every coastal city on Earth. What is happening here is a violent, visual warning for New York, Miami, London, and Rio de Janeiro. It's not just about saving the planet in an abstract sense, but understanding that our greatest architectural victories are vulnerable to our own thirst for natural resources. When we drain the Earth and ignore the rhythm of the oceans, the result is what we see now. One of Southeast Asia's greatest capitals being erased from the map, inch by inch, while the world watches in complicit silence. In the end, Jakarta's story isn't about a city that lost the war to the sea, but about a humanity that forgot the Earth has limits. In 2050, when maps are redrawn and North Jakarta is just a memory beneath murky waters, we will look back and realize the warning sign was given decades earlier. The ocean is in no rush, but it is punctual. And Jakarta, unfortunately, is just the first chapter of a story many of us will have to live through if we don't stop drilling into the ground that sustains us. But what about you? Do you believe Nusantara is a real solution, or is it just a temporary escape from the consequences? And more importantly, would you ever live in a city where the ocean is literally hovering above your head, trusting nothing but a concrete wall to keep it back? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read almost every single one, and I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think about this modern-day exodus. If this video made you see the world a bit differently today, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. In our next video, we're going to explore another dead zone that the world has chosen to forget. I'll see you then.